So I guess you can opt in or opt out. Ooh, nice. Okay. That must be an update this week. Okay. So welcome to Team Unlimited's first Wednesday midweek huddle. I am super excited. I want to take it back a little bit. So I have a video here I'm going to share that's really super short. And here we go. Basic share sound and video. Okay, so I stayed at work today specifically because the first time I got on a team call with Team Wild Rain 4.5 years ago, I was here in the office when I got on. And so I was a few months into my journey. I think I was down maybe 30 pounds or something. No, but here we go.
I was just going to share, well, I'm kind of surprised. I started 3 weeks ago and I was going to be a discount coach and just watch from a cradle and do nothing. And somehow you guys inspired me.
So it's super short because it wasn't my recording, but I went back and got that. And that Jennifer, so it was 3 weeks after I said like I was gonna like go all in, and I bought the rest of my program as a discount coach. Oop. Now I'm playing videos. Okay. And what happened is I got inspired to just be curious and show up on a call like this. And it was showing up on a call like this that really helped both keep me going forward on my health journey, but also gave me the opportunity that I've earned 3 promotions at my day job because of what I've learned on the team calls and how I've grown as a woman, as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, as a sister and daughter. And so that's one of the powerful pieces that I really wanted to implement, and why I wanted to invite everybody, even if you never have the intention of inviting someone to join our movement and our party here. I just want you to know that you can still benefit from this. And that Jennifer on that video, she didn't know that she was going to lose 130 pounds. She didn't know in 2 months she wasn't going to need those glasses anymore. She didn't know she was going to come off her medication. She didn't know that she was going to have to replace her husband's income and then actually successfully replace her husband's income with the coaching business. She didn't know she'd be posting and going blue-haired and pink-haired and traveling to California for the first time. She didn't know, but most importantly, she didn't know she needed this community. And so if you've been around me at all, you know something that I say a lot is to lean in. And that's truly, truly, honestly, all that I've done is I've just leaned in over and over again. I have a quote here I want to share with you from James Clear, Atomic Habits. And it's: the greatest threat to success is not failure, but it's boredom. We get bored with habits because they stop delighting us. The outcome becomes expected and our habits become ordinary. We start derailing our progress to seek novelty. Perhaps that's why we get caught up in the never-ending cycle of jumping from one workout to the next, one diet to the next, one business idea to the next. As soon as we experience the slightest dip in motivation, we begin to seek a new strategy, even if the old one was still working. As Machiavelli noted, men desire novelty to such an extent that those who are doing well wish for a change as much as those who are doing badly. Now, that is a mouthful of a quote, but basically what it says is that even if we're following our nutrition programs and following our workouts and getting results, we can still kind of get caught up in the mundane and need something to help pull us forward, to help us keep staying to it. And that's what this community's done for me. That's why I love how Beachbody has new workout programs that come out every 3 months, because instead of having to go buy a new gym or go buy a new something, I can invest right back into my business and I can be right here. So the reason I'm playing that video is, like I said, that Jennifer didn't know she was going to do all those things, and I didn't know I needed this community. I've been a part of Wild Rain Collective for the last 4.5 years, and I've invited everyone to come to me there, but I'm ready for more. I don't want to invite you to be a part. We are still part of Wild Rain Collective, but I want this to be us. I don't want it to be my team. I want it to be our team and what we need and what elevates and lifts us to help us be our happiest and healthiest. I am so proud. Some of your smiles have been with me for 1, 2, 3, 4 years. And I am so proud of each of you because not only are you changing your life, but you are changing your family tree by being here. If you are anything like I was, and I know a lot of us are from our personal conversations, is like once we hit our young mid 20s, we started like slowing down, having to work, getting caught up in work and getting caught up with families and started gaining weight, not as active as much, and started getting like uncomfortable with our bodies. And in through all of that, we ended up getting uncomfortable and losing time for the ones we love, our children, our family, having energy for things that we wanted to do. And what you are doing by being here and being a part of our community is you're changing all of that. You're changing your life and your family tree here. You are changing it for the whole future, and that is going to ripple out. And so I can't tell you how proud I am of you. And the only thing I'm ever going to ask of you is if this does change your life, like it changes your life forever, to be willing at some point to pay it forward. And that's all. Is like come here, share your best, share what you'd like to see, what would you like to see in our community, and then pay it forward. And so based on James Clear's quote, what is good is not perfect, and it's not like monotony, but good is consistent and the intensity that we bring. And I think that that's part of what we can do with a community is we can kind of come behind that. And that's my hope, is to have this be like a party. That's why I started with music, is like to get our energy up and have this be like a party and a movement. I'm not worried about the coach titles or diamond title or emerald title or anything like that. What I'm worried about is, are you feeling your best health and energy? Can we help you commit to you better and go forward? And can we spread it like a movement? Like, can we just take over the valley and the states beyond and just help everyone feel better? And that's what my goal is. That's what my hope is. And like I said, I want this to be our team. I want this to be what we want. So I was hoping to have some input and some ideas of what you would like to see both in our boot camps to help you show up. Say, hey, Jen, I've seen this online. I'd love if we did it. Or, hey, remember we did this one time and it was great. Can we do it again? I'd love to see more of this. Like, tell me what you would like to see. I'd love some votes or input on whether or not 7 to 7:30 is a good time slot, or the other opportunity was 8 to 8:30. So just an hour later from where we met tonight. I'd like to see like typically a lot of people do a team page, do a whole separate page, but this is us. And I'm thinking, you know what, maybe we don't need a page. Maybe I just do an event every Wednesday like I did today in the Get It Done group. Or maybe we have a private messenger thread where we just are able to have a place to come together. So I'd like kind of a vote on that as far as those sorts of trainings and ideas and personal development and growth. And then my idea is that every Wednesday has a rotating theme, so you know what to expect. So you know if it's something you want to come and lean into, or you know what you're going to be missing or watching a recording for. So for example, starting next Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month is really life coaching and motivation. It's like to get yourself fired up for the month ahead, set some goals, get some like life coaching life in there. The second Wednesday of the month would be like an open call, and you can always invite anybody to join any of the calls. But the second Wednesday specifically, I would start by sharing 10 or 15 minutes of just how we make money as coaches and what this would look like. If you know someone who is a personal trainer or who's a nutritionist or who is a mom or a human and they might want to try this business for the summer, you can invite them. First 10, 15 minutes, I'll go over what we do. And then the last half of the call, we'll just always have answering questions and some action and motivation. The third Wednesday of the month would be an open call invite to the same thing. It's just anybody who wants to check out the nutrition or fitness pieces. And then the last Wednesday of the month, or the fourth, if it's a 4-week for Wednesday month would be motivation and action to end the month strong. So those are my ideas and my hope of what we get to elevate and bring together. And now I would love to open the floor if anybody wants to share in the chat or would like to just unmute and ask any questions. I know I said a mouthful in those 13 minutes. Hopefully, you know, my heart is, like I said, I just want to basically have a party and a movement. I just want to feel good and help others feel good too. And for me, having these types of meetings, even when I wasn't inviting others to join us, it just helped me grow and helped me stay committed, and it actually kind of helped me show up for the other things as well. Because then I started to know who was who and who I could engage with on the workouts or the boot camp calls and things like that. So with that, I will open up the floor. Teacher pause.
I'll start, Jen. So I am on week 3, 4, I forget what week I'm on. And one of the things that I find is that when I do a shake, like as like my breakfast, it's not, and I like to do the orange juice one. That's like with, you know, half a banana, or if it's small, I do a whole banana. I just find, and I'll throw blueberries on the side, but I find that I'm like starving by like 10:30, 11, if I have it at like 8 a.m. And I don't know if what else I should be doing, or am I not doing enough?
I like that question. Knowing a few of our conversations that we've had, you wake up pretty early, and a lot of times you're doing your workouts early, and you do, sometimes you do a longer workout. So my thinking is, do you eat anything before you work out?
No.
Okay. So what time are you waking up?
3 times a week I wake up at 5:20, and then I work out from 6:15 to 7:15.
Okay. So that's a pretty intense workout. And then what time are you having your shake for your breakfast?
At 8 a.m. when I start work.
Okay. So within that 30 to 45 minutes of finishing an hour workout, which is pretty intense. So basically when you're having your shake, your body's doing what it's supposed to, and it's metabolizing it right away. It's like, it's burning it to nothing. So it's no wonder to me that you are feeling that hunger. I'm thinking to look in the portion fix. There's some pre-workout snacks that we can pull out for you. And I'm thinking like a slice of toast with maybe some peanut butter, maybe a half a banana with some peanut butter, or we'll look at those that we can get some fuel in your body before you work out, so that when you're coming to your breakfast, you're not coming ready to burn it and tear it apart. Because for that sort of intense workout, having the shake right after, you are probably like tearing through it pretty quickly. I mean, that's in a positive way, but that makes sense that you're hungry. And then we could even look at some of the other To Be Mindset breakfasts and moving the shake as like a early afternoon snack.
I have started to do that a little bit, like at 2, like when I'm done with work.
Okay. Did you notice the difference changing the breakfast to something
a little bit
more dense?
A little bit. Yeah.
I think just knowing how early you're waking up and how you're working extra, that we should experiment with some pre-workout meal. See how that does. So we'll pull that.
Thanks.
I love it. Hi, Tina. Any other questions or input or ideas about what I shared?
I'll go. I gotta leave my video off just for connection speed issues. But as far as like the motivation, I think the group is a great idea, like just coming together and having a place to kind of check in and like keep motivated. So yeah, I just wanted to say that I I feel like I need this because that quote like really spoke to me. I hope you can send it out. It'd be
Oh,
great.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I know it was a mouthful. It was it was a big quote. No, absolutely. Perfect.
Yeah, because I feel like I've just kind of like, I don't know, kind of gotten into the less than motivated. Like, you know, I reached my goals and I'm good, but like there's other things I have to do and there's other goals I have, but like I think the motivation would be great.
Absolutely. And you're at that, you've not only reached your goal, but you've held your goal for a year. So I
Yes.
think that was just last week you celebrated a year of holding your goal. So that's huge, but I can see where just like he shared in that quote, like we are going to go to that mundane. Now we almost self-sabotage sometimes to try to get some excitement back in there. So I love that. We can definitely get some other ideas going too, but I'm glad the timing worked well.
Yeah, I think this time of day works really well.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Jen. It's Francis. So being the newest kid on the block, I'm gonna be really honest. I feel completely lost and overwhelmed by all of it. I feel like there's a lot of videos, so I'm trying to get up to speed. Like even this like the food, I did get the list from you that you posted, but like the sauce, I didn't have a recipe for that, and I had no idea where to go. So I was like, all right, I guess we won't have a sauce. So I feel like sometimes with these groups and things, you guys are going so fast. As a newbie, I'm just lost in the sauce.
I appreciate the honesty and you sharing for sure. If I don't know, I can't like help and guide back. And for sure, when you first get started, it's a high learning phase, like kind of high demand. I kind of like to turn the overwhelm into like high learning phase, because there are things, if you think about when we start something new, it's like, oh my gosh, like we start a new job and it's so overwhelming, we think we'll never get it all, and then fast forward a year later and you're like, oh, this is so easy, I'm doing all these things. So I think probably we can have like we're due for like another one-on-one just to kind of refocus since we've had our first call, and kind of just see where you are with that. I'm thinking the sauce you're talking about from the meal prep that we did on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's good feedback to have the recipes more than just that day, so that anybody who joins us, I think I should send the recipes separate. So that's something I can absolutely do. And then we can kind of just, I kind of say just like even focusing on one thing at a time. So you've done so great in your journey so far this year already. And then you've already added in some things, like you've already added in the daily pieces already. So I can, if you like structure, we have like an Excel sheet where you can kind of go through the To Be Mindset videos and have a checklist that you can check off as you do it. And then we recommend doing like 2 videos a day. So it's less than 10 minutes a day to kind of give yourself that not filling up the cup where it's overflowing. And then we can have those check-ins like that I can kind of be more specific one-on-one with what you need and where you are.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you.
Perfect. No, I love it. Thank you. This is such great feedback. I'm so excited.
Jen, hi. A couple things. One is, well, I'm just going to go with what Francis was saying. Is I am one of these people that has started and stopped and started and stopped, and I have felt the overwhelm that she's feeling and expressing, or I don't know what you're feeling, but what you're expressing to us. And what I found this time is, rather than trying changing everything and spinning out of control and totally shutting down, is having grace for yourself and just changing that, like you said, Jen, is just changing that one thing. And sometimes I feel like the recipes are complicated and they're not necessarily always, sometimes it takes more effort to go shopping and follow those recipes. And sometimes it's a matter of just kind of simplifying. And it's like, okay, I can have this vegetable and this vegetable and this chicken, and I'm just going to look in my cabinet and sprinkle whatever it is on my chicken, and I'm going to be okay with that. And I am counting I don't have to make it fancy. I don't have to follow the recipes to a T, but at least I know that I'm making those simple changes. And it's like this week, I am solely going to focus 100% only on my water and making sure that I'm getting my workout in. And as long as I'm focusing on that one goal, I'm having grace with myself on some of these other little things. And rather than saying, I'm focusing on, I have to lose 10 pounds. And typically when I'm starting these diets, these programs, it's like you have that huge weight loss right in the beginning. And I know I expressed to Jen, like, I'm only losing a pound a week. And she's like, that's awesome. You're losing a pound a week. And I'm like, okay, I'll focus on that. And just kind of focusing on the little things. It's like, even though the scale might not be moving, do your pants fit a little bit differently? And saying, okay, wow, look at that. Or even if everything else is just kind of like, oh, am I starting to notice muscle definition? Or as I'm going through the workouts and I can't keep up, every day we're on 7 a.m., except tomorrow we're doing it a little earlier. But every day we're on at 7 a.m. And it's like, wow, where I was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I could do one more push-up, or I can hold that plank just a little bit longer. I still can't keep up with what's going on the camera, and on the film, but at least trying to celebrate those little things has kept me going and having that accountability. When Jen says lean in, that works, because that 7 a.m. accountability starts my day and keeps my day going. And it's phenomenal to have. It's like, I know Jen's going to be there and I'm holding myself accountable to show up, and it gets the rest of my day started. And so if you are struggling, I invite you, who am I? But I invite you to come join us at 7 a.m.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So just to kind of let you know, yeah, I mean, I've been losing weight and I did I adapted, definitely. I've been trying to do the videos little by little to try to figure out, but like, I'm not sure like where to go to find a lot of stuff. So I think that's part of the learning curve. And then the 7 a.m., I'm disabled. Like, my husband had to like help me get dressed just a few minutes ago so I can get on this video. So that's not really feasible right now. So that's why the food thing is so important, because that I have control over, that I can do, right? So yeah.
Absolutely. And just kind of thinking along the lines of simplify. Sometimes when someone's getting started, we say, go for that water first. And I know you rock your water, Frances. You have that awesome water bottle. You totally rock your water, and you love your vegetables and your different flavors and foods. So the next thing is like, okay, 2 cups of veggies by 2 p.m., and then kind of work in that way. Just build it in until it feels comfortable and then add it in. I was talking, Tina and I were actually talking, and we're saying, okay, for Monday and Friday commute, do 2 To Be Mindset videos on your commute, and to kind of start like the videos on a system to kind of get them to fit in. So instead of trying to do it every day, all the things, just in those concise pieces. So I'm going to make sure I have time for any other questions or any other ideas or input before I wrap us up. So is there anybody else that had any questions or input?
I wanted to say something, Jen. If we do continue in the same, just the one group, get it done. I do think that having like that main focus monthly, like, like the month of May, like you had the power of 30 or power 30. I think that's definitely a motivator. I forget to put the hashtag sometimes, but I'm like literally in the back of my head, like, don't forget to do your 3 main things, which your shake, your fitness, and tracking. So even though I may forget to write it down, I go back and I make sure, like, by the end of the weekend, like, I have it and it's done. So I do find it like something helping, at least for me, And I know possibly for others to have that reminder of like, all right, this is our month goal or our month movement type of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so I made a note about that. And yes, Get It Done in 21 is not going anywhere. That group is going to stay there. I may have to talk to people and take them out and make it smaller if they're not engaging, because Facebook is changing all their algorithms and it's really hiding a lot of the posts. And it's also turning a lot of my posts into listings and questions. And it is so confusing. I'm like, I keep having to dispute my morning information post. Like this is not a listing. I'm just sharing about chili powder. So I don't know what Facebook is going on with Facebook. But for sure, I'm going to keep that there. My thinking is maybe we have a few women that wanted some smaller groups to kind of have as a messenger accountability. I know Nicole and a couple of us are in a Monday through Friday reminder for the 7 a.m. workouts. So if there's something, like we can go some one-on-one. So basically you showing up here and investing in yourself and investing in me is telling me that this is important to you. And this tells me I need to make sure I'm extra invested in you, so I'm going to be following up with this and saying, okay, when can we do that 15-20 minute one-on-one, Francis, so we can get you feeling comfortable and set and feeling like you know where to find everything, and follow up with those meals with Sherry. Like I am always available to set those one-on-ones and go through trackers and encourage and support. But the fact that you're investing back into us and being here, I'm going to make sure, for one, that like that for sure you're a priority. And I want you to know that. I mean, honestly, this is my passion. If you haven't figured it out, I love getting to do this and getting to share and encourage and help. And I'm so thankful that you're here. I'm just very thankful. I don't want to cry. So I'll just nervously laugh. But to think that I didn't think I had time to work out or meal prep, and in reality, I was just Netflixing it away because I was unhealthy and depressed. And now I get to pay it forward and share with you and encourage you and hopefully bring you to your best health as we take over and get it done in 21 and beyond. So it is 7:30 on the dot, and this is something that I want to be honorable with, like I promised. I know everybody has full schedules and is achieving a lot, so I look forward to these calls, and I'm going to be reaching out to make sure that I hold up on those things we spoke about. And I just want to keep this an open door because, like I said, I don't want this to be my team. I want this to be our team and what we do. So can we do a first official picture? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'll put that in the group. And like I said, I'll follow up so we make sure that we can get everything all set up. And let's have a wonderful Wednesday night. Last week, hello. I see you there. Ooh, you got your hair cut. Is it shorter or tied back?
It's tied back.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my gosh, it's a cute little shortcut like me. So I will talk to you offline, see you in the group, and let's do this. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.